first of all, congratulations to both of your great performances. You both really, really gave me such a heart attack from the beginning to end. What I mean was, great job, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Your scenes was just so intense and so awesome. Talk about the collaboration, working together on those intense scenes.
In the beginning, I think we made it a point to not befriend each other, as individuals.
Yeah.
Before the carjacking scene. So the scene will be like basically the first time meeting. That's the first time we got carjacked.
So no rehearsals
Nothing.
prior to this.
We had a brief meeting,
Yeah.
but it was brief, and we made sure it was just kind of like a walkthrough. So when the camera was rolling, it was authentic, it was spontaneous.
Yes.
And the whole day, we shot that throughout a few days, but the first day, we're in character.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the camera's not rolling, and that definitely kept the momentum and the energy and the suspense going. And Pete, he's just such a great director. He's such an actor's director that he gave us a lot of freedom and just let us do what we need to do in the car. It was a tense and
It was a very tense,
scary experience for me.
Because we don't know each other,
Yeah.
all right, you're on the set, you're doing this movie, but maybe I don't want to do something that he would get offended or he might feel uncomfortable. But at that moment I was like, but that's not what it's about. This scene, that's how it happened. That's how you should feel.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and without talking to each other, we were on the same page. So he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. We're not talking to each other in between takes and characters. So it was a very intense.
Interesting, because I would call that telepathic communication.
I think we have confidence in all of each other. We had confidence in Pete to tell us, to guide us through this, and we're confident in each other as professional actors to
that we be there, go to moment to moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, your background, you're a comedian.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So was this considered a pretty challenging role for you? Because those scenes, like I said, the car scene to me, that was the most intense scene between you two. But was it difficult to play a dramatic character for you?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a departure from comedy, and it's just I have to do a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
Especially it's based on a real character, so
Yeah.
I have to do a lot of research, know my background, know all the homework, because it's not just the lines you need to know, right? It's everything else, and you don't know what's gonna be thrown at you that day of, working with somebody like Themo and Peter Berg. But the good thing about coming from a comedy background is that all the improv and all that I'm used to doing, all the improvisation that I'm used to doing on my show and stand up, it helps working on the Peter Berg set. You're just ready. You need to be on your toes. You know what I mean? So it definitely comes with its challenges, but I welcome that challenge, and because it was something that we all bought into. This movie is so much bigger than us, and it's such a great message that we want to be part of. We all just gave us 100% on every take, and all the research and all that.
And speaking of all the research, what kind of research did you do for your role? And I feel like the younger brother in real life, Dohar, on some level, I have a minute sympathy for him, because he's the younger brother. So he only did what his older brother tells him to do. It's this blind younger brother just follow his brother's order, whatnot. But it's so sad, and so you both have great chemistry. You and the actor play your younger brother. So what kind of research did you do?
Yeah, me and Alex, we from the audition, we just hit it off. We became brothers. As of now, I'm staying at his house in LA. Yeah, so we really bonded. And he's an amazing actor, as you can see. He did such a great job, and it was an absolute pleasure working with him. And we had endless nights just talking about these two. If you think about it, it's horrible, but this is what you have to do as brothers. We were talking about these two guys as two brothers who were about to do this horrible act. What is going through their head? And we tried to figure out what were they thinking, going out with a car, would they stop for gas? Would they, those small things that you tend to forget, did they plan out those two locations, all these little things, and that really helps. That really helps to set the bar and to set the type of thought process that they had. But and in regards to the resource or the information, I feel like the amount of hate that I have for this guy, for this individual, the amount of disgust and hate, that's really the fuel that guided me throughout the whole project and throughout the whole scene. And I can definitely say it was sometimes unpleasant experience.
I,
Yeah.
I can see that. Well, great job, gentlemen.